Aloha and welcome back to my channel. Looking for a memorable trail to hike in Maui? I'm thrilled to take you along as we explore the Hoapili Trail on the south of the island. But first, we're going to drive through Wailea and Makena and marvel at the luxurious golf courses. It's a lushness that will be contrasted with the rocky surroundings we will see later. As we get closer to the Hoapili Trail, we get to experience a true coastline drive. I could almost jump out of the window and into the water. Then there was a sharp contrast in the scenery with the lava fields on both sides of the road. It reminds me of Kona on the Big Island. As you can see from these lava fields, it is advised to do this hike in closed-toe shoes as heat can radiate from them. You don't want your slippers to melt off. I just used my running shoes to hike because that's all I had with me. Also, there's not much shade on the trail, so make sure to bring sun protection and a hat. This afternoon, we're hiking the Hoapili Trail. It looks like a trail that would be a good idea to put on some shoes. So I'm going to be changing into my shoes here in just a moment. And this is where the trail ends. Otherwise, you need like a four-wheel drive vehicle, preferably not a rentable vehicle if you're going to continue driving on. So far, the trek from the parking area to the trailhead looks tame, but I couldn't help but notice the rocky coastlines. This historic path winds its way along Maui's southern coast, offering a glimpse into the island's rich cultural and geological heritage. It's about a 2-mile out and back trail. Why so many lava rocks? They come from one of the last eruptions on Maui in 1790. They sure make for a unique hiking experience. I've never seen views of lava rocks close to the ocean like this before. Just interesting how we went from black lava rocks to now white sand and rocks. All right, I think now this is where the trail gets a little easier. It was rocky back there, but it looks like we got a little refuge here. So much for the brief refuge from the forest. It's back to sand and rocks. Now entering some lava fields, and we got to be careful. We need to stay on the trail. We don't want to be going into the lava fields here. It's going to be hot. We spotted some feral goats on the trail, which I was not expecting to see many. Haha, no drawbridge here for them to guard. Now a little detour from the main trail. After having to deal with the alternating lava and forest trails, it was nice to take a quick break and enjoy the view. Now here comes the part of the trail that I was paranoid about rolling an ankle. It was super rocky here, and with each step, I thought my left ankle was going to evert. So windy. This looks like it's the end of the hike, or at least that's where we're going to end it. I don't see any other way to go forward. Everything else seems blocked, unless you guys know of another route. Looks like Jason is calling this the turnaround point as well. Here we are at the end of the hike. Well, at least this is where we're going to end it. I don't see any other way of going forward unless you guys know of a route. And the winds here are strong. I'm having a hard time holding on to my phone and trying to stay upright because it's going to be a long fall if I do fall. Apparently, had we kept going, the trail was going to end at a private property, so it was just as well that we turned here. Yeah, this is just to show you how strong the winds are. Yeah, my hair is whipping everywhere, but luckily I have it in a ponytail. Take a look at your hat. I can't believe it stayed on. You got it. Yeah, you got it strapped on really tight there. Yeah, this is our selfie to remember this hike by, because we worked so hard to hike 2 miles to the end here. Taking a moment to marvel at the raw beauty of South Maui with the lava fields and the green hills in the background. We're gonna head down because the sooner we get back onto the road, the sooner we get back to our car. My GoPro was no match for the strong winds, a reminder that nature always wins in the battle against humans. That's more like it now that the wind is behind us instead of us hiking into it. It's another goat sighting. You just have to keep your eyes peeled for them. They camouflage well into the lava. Now they're going behind the rocks. I'm glad I got to see some goats on this hike. That was one of the appeal to hiking this trail, was to see goats. So I would have been upset if I had to go on this 4-mile trek in the wind on rocky terrain and not see any goats. Even though we had experienced these views earlier, they looked even more stunning on our way back. Maybe that's because our minds weren't fully concentrated on getting to the turnaround point, that we could sit back and enjoy the return trip. Here, we took a little detour into the forest, hoping that it would lead us onto the main trail back to our car. Unfortunately, it did not. No problem. We only hiked for a few minutes before getting back onto the lava trail, but it did provide us a nice break from the sun. I think this is a cultural site. It's telling us to stay off of it. Don't worry, we will. The wind is blowing us away anyways. Look there. The signs are a familiar and welcome sight. We made it back. It was 3.89 miles, so almost 4 miles that we did there, and we got a little bit lost there towards the end, taking another route when there was a fork in the road. Turned out to be the wrong route. So what do I think about the Hoapili Trail? Well, it definitely is a challenging trail. It's rocky, so definitely wear shoes, preferably hiking boots, because you'll have more ankle support as you go over the rocks. The views were out of this world. There is something to be said to be walking along a lot of rock fields. Also, we got to see several goats. So, mission accomplished. For an after hike snack, especially as grueling as that hike was, we have here the Li Hing gummy bears. So what Li Hing is, it's salted plum. They grind it up and then they sprinkle the powder onto the gummy bears, as you can see here. Gives it a tart aftertaste. The Hoapili Trail is more than just a hike. It's a journey through time and space, a chance to connect with the land and its storied past. From a volcano, this part of Maui became the paradise that we know of today. The Hoapili Trail is a reminder of the importance of preserving and protecting these wild places for future generations to enjoy. If you're looking for something to include in your itinerary that is different from sitting on the beach, snorkeling, stuffing your face with fish tacos, then this is the hike. Mahalo for joining me on this unforgettable journey on the Hoapili Trail. If you enjoyed exploring Maui's rugged beauty as much as I did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more outdoor adventures. Until next time, keep exploring and never stop seeking adventure. Aloha!